American Fugitive by Shingo Zhang. Chapter 28 WuFeng 16. A cargo ship with name, WuFeng 16, was docked at a floating dock. The ship's draft looked high. Its cargo bay were covered by large black tarpaulin. Ren-Yee got on the deck of WuFeng 16 and walked toward wheelhouse at the stern. The bridge was on the second floor, while the first floor had a crew lounge, a kitchen, and the engine room. At the kitchen door, Ren-Yee saw a middle-aged burly man putting vegetables, meat, and eggs into a refrigerator. It looked like that the man just purchased groceries on shore. A cargo ship on the Yangtze River? Ren-Yee asked. Are you the captain? The man straightened up and replied. I am. Where are you going? Zhejiang. Can you take a passenger? This is a cargo ship, not a passenger ship. The captain continued putting groceries into the refrigerator. I want to ride on a cargo ship. Why not take a car? I used to ride on cargo ships. I like it very much. Where are you from? Ren-Yee said. Guangdong. I grew up by a river. I can pay. Give me 200 yuan. You can eat and drink. We will be in Zhejiang in the evening. Great. Ren-Yee walked to the captain, shook hands with him, and introduced himself. My name is Chang Minghua, the captain said. Han Zichuan. Ren-Yee paid the captain. Where do you come from? Xiangyang. Ren-Yee asked. What's the cargo? The captain looked at Ren-Yee, who wore a baseball cap and black-rimmed glasses. The captain seemed puzzled, as if he were saying, What a nosy person! The captain was not upset. He waved one hand. It's all alkali. A young sailor walked into the lounge, when Ren-Yee and the captain entered at the same time. The captain made an introduction. This is Chang Minghua, taking a ride to Zhejiang. This is Xie Chunlin. Ren-Yee shook hands with Xie Chunlin and sat on a chair. When Ren-Yee was student at Huanggang Middle School, he took rides on a cargo ship several times from Wuhan to Huanggang, which left him with very good memories. Ren-Yee heard the sound of the engine being started. He saw Xie Chunlin working with another man on the floating dock for undocking. Suddenly, a white patrol boat appeared on the starboard side of WuFeng 16. The patrol boat approached quietly from the stern. When Ren-Yee saw it, the hull name, Maritime Affairs 31, on the patrol boat had already appeared in front of him. 3 male maritime policemen stood on the patrol boat deck. They must have seen me. Am I exposed so soon? How could I be so careless? How do I do? Xie Chunlin walked to the starboard to meet the policeman. Ren-Yee quietly walked through a door and entered the kitchen. Xie Chunlin caught the rope thrown by a policeman on the patrol boat, and tied it on a cleat with a hitch. He walked to stern and received a second rope from the policeman, and tied it on stern cleat. 2 maritime policemen, one tall and one short, stepped onto the cargo ship's deck. The tall man walked into the bridge upstairs. The captain immediately greeted him with a smile and handed him a cigarette. The tall man brushed aside the cigarette. The captain took out the ship inspection certificate book, the captain's certificate of competency and service book, etc. The tall man checked all the documents. The short man went to the engine room below the deck. Xie Chunlin followed him. An engineer greeted the short man, amid loud engine noise. The short man left. He then walked into the kitchen on the first floor. Ren-Yee wore a chef's apron and washed potatoes in front of a sink. The short man seemed a little alert when he left the kitchen. He stopped and looked back at Ren-Yee. Without saying anything, he left the kitchen and got onto the deck. The short man looked at the cargo bay covered by black tarpaulin and did not find any problem. The tall man got out of the bridge and came down to the deck. The 2 men got back to their patrol boat. Xie Chunlin released the 2 lines from the cleats. The patrol boat moved away. Ren-Yee felt relieved. It was close. Watching the patrol boat leaving, the captain was also relieved, because he was not fined. The wind became stronger, and the cloud became darker. A man on the floating dock untied a line on its cleat, and threw it to Xie Chunlin at the bow. Then the man untied the second line. WuFeng 16 left the floating dock, turned around, and moved south. Rain began to fall. Ren-Yee stood by the lounge door watching ships on the Han River. WuFeng 16 moved quickly, passing under Han's Hui Bridge and Qingchuan Bridge. High waves kept crashing onto the deck, displaying the power and the ferocity of the river. If one walked on the middle part of deck, he could easily be taken away by the water and disappear in Han River. Ren-Yee felt an excitement, which could only be experienced on a cargo ship. He liked being close to the river. WuFeng 16 moved closer to the merge point where Han River entered the Yangtze River. The dark green water of the Han River and the yellow water of the Yangtze River were like two armies, fighting forever on a curve that was several kilometers long. Through wind and rain, Ren-Yee saw the Dragon King Temple on Hankow. If it were sunny, one would also see the Yellow Crane Tower and the Yangtze River Bridge. The wind became stronger, and the waves were bigger. Although the weather was bad, Ren-Yee's enthusiasm for the rivers did not diminish. After entering the Yangtze River, the ship rushed into the rapids at the center of the Yangtze. Water crashed onto Ren-Yee's pants a few times, and it reminded him not only the excitement in his youth, but also the danger ahead. WuFeng 16 was like a small boat drifting in beast-like rapids. There was no more exciting way to experience Wuhan than this. After passing through the center of the river, WuFeng 16 turned left and went down the Yangtze River. A few minutes later, the Westminster chime came from the Jianghan Custom Clock Tower, which brought harmony and peace to Ren-Yee's mind. Ren-Yee could only see the outline of the clock tower. He could not see the clock, let alone the hands on the clock. But he heard the bell ringing, and he knew it was 9 o'clock in the morning. If it weren't for the damn patrol boat doing a surprise inspection, I would have already left Wuhan by now. Luo Yanfang was alone in Wei Ping's apartment, and was a little dizzy in the morning. Both Wang Weiping and her husband were at work. When Yanfang was with Ho Ren-Yee, she felt a carefree happiness. Without Ren-Yee, she felt her life was incomplete. She was sad about herself. Acting on a whim. No sense on how things are going in the long term. Investing so much, but get nothing in the end. Will Ho Ren-Yee contact me? If he really went to America, he would probably never contact me again. An hour later, Yanfang felt that Ren-Yee should not be that kind of man. He would definitely contact me. She believed she did not make wrong judgment on Ren-Yee. On the other hand, what is good or bad, and what is right or wrong in this world? Can judgment be made? One side is the government, while the other side is Ho Ren-Yee. Thinking of these questions made her confused. She vaguely felt that Ho Ren-Yee was doing an important thing. Our affections for one another is still there. Following Ren-Yee's advice, Yanfang went out and found a mobile phone shop. She bought a new cell phone card and returned to the apartment. She wanted to contact her daughter. But what do I tell her? She had no idea. She wanted to call a reliable friend in the Wuhan Public Security Bureau to ask about the situation. But are those friends really reliable? She felt that would be too risky and did not call. She considered calling a colleague at the Cultural Affairs Bureau and request a vacation leave. But she knew that would also pose a high risk. She decided to hide first and figure out a better way to contact her daughter and the Cultural Affairs Bureau. The scene in which Ho Ren-Yee's mother-in-law was angry in the parking lot of Chua Hotel the night before appeared in her mind. Yanfang wanted to laugh. She hoped that Mrs. Jean would tell her daughter what she saw. She wished that Jin Yong-Shee knew Ren-Yee's unusual relationship with her. If that happened, there might be some hope. Yanfang knew that was immoral. But is there another way? I have been miserable for so many years. Should I continue put myself in misery? After inspecting WuFeng 16, Patrol Boat 31 moved north on Han River. Several men in the main cabin watched announcements from Maritime Affairs Headquarters on a television. Ho Ren-Yee's photo appeared on the television. The short policeman immediately became alert. "I saw the damn guy a moment ago," he proclaimed. The tall man asked, "Where did you see him?" "WuFeng 16. Why didn't you recognize him at the time?" He wore glasses and a hat. The short man immediately turned and reported to his superior. The patrol boat made a U-turn, speeding toward the Yangtze River in the rain. In the morning, Wang Xinjiang came to Xiao Zichang's office. Xiao Zichang asked in an official tone, "Any new development about Luo Yanfang?" Wang Xinjiang replied, "We did not find her at her home, or the Cultural Affairs Bureau." No one picked up the car parked at the Wanjin Hotel. Did the woman run away with Ren-Yee? How could she do such an act that is beneath her? An anger rose inside Xiao Zichang. But he immediately warned himself to be calm. Wang Xinjiang saw that and didn't say anything. Xiao Zichang said, "We must continue the surveillance. We also need to check the phone records. Monitor all related calls. We are already monitoring all her phones." Good. After Wang Xinjiang left, Xiao Zichang's office phone rang. It was from Political Commissar Xu. Maritime Traffic Police spotted Ren-Yee on a cargo ship. They didn't recognize him at first. They are searching for the cargo ship now. The destination of the cargo ship is Jiujiang. Xiao Zichang asked. "What cargo ship?" "The name of the ship is WuFeng 16. It's registered at Xiangfan." "Is Luo Yanfang also on board?" "Don't know." Putting down the phone, Xiao Zichang immediately called Wang Xinjiang, informing him the new information on Ren-Yee. He said, "Captain Wang, you met Ren-Yee several times. You go to the Yangtze River Maritime Affairs Bureau now. We must catch Ren-Yee." Xiao Zichang asked himself, "What if Luo Yanfang is also on the boat?" He picked up the office phone and called Wang Xinjiang again. "Captain Wang, Ren-Yee had slipped away 3 times before. We must catch him this time." "I know, Director Xiao. This time you need to board a Maritime Affairs Patrol boat and catch Ren-Yee yourself." Wang Xinjiang hesitated. Xiao Zichang asked, "Are there any concern?" Wang Xinjiang said, "No. I will go. If you see Luo Yanfang, you need to tell me right away. I will take her away." "Understood."